Good morning, everybody. I'm Doug.
I'm Chris.
What are we going to talk about this morning, Chris?
Let's do the Breonna Taylor, the media, not really her, but the media keeping the false narrative going. It's just crazy.
Yeah. What he's talking about is, even though they've come out and they've made a ruling on the officers and what had happened, they keep spreading lies about it. You know why they're doing it, to keep it in the news. Black Lives Matter. They need this for news reporting. If they don't have lies and they don't make it
But it's not news people that are doing it. I'm talking about, there's a few stars that are doing it. There's an ESP sports commentator doing it.
It keeps them in the news. And if they're not in the news, they don't sell advertisements. CNN lies, all the MSNBC, all these left news people are just, they keep spreading it. They have blinders on. You know how they use horses and they put blinders on? They're horses. They just have them blinders on, and they don't want to say the truth because the money machine will slow down. I'd hope that news anchors and news reporters and owners of stations won't be being paid off to keep this stuff in the news. But it's really bad. I mean, for them to still come out and lie about it after the special prosecutor came out and made his decision, they're just scumbags. That's all they are. They're scumbags. To keep it in the news, keep lying about it, to keep it making money.
I could understand that, but it all it does is cause more tension and more people get hurt and more stuff gets damaged because
they don't care. Them people don't care.
Well, they're supposed to. It's their people getting hurt and damaged. But I mean, it's like that one lady from ESPN. I forget her name. Mary Taylor. She was on there. She was on there doing one and sitting there with her other co-hosts, and they're sitting on there. We're expected to perform, even though what happened to Breonna. The first thing in my head, what are you, some kind of trained monkey or something? You're not performing. You're doing a job. You're getting paid very well to do the job, and you're lying. She was not killed in her bed. She was not assassinated in her sleep.
You run with drug dealers. I'm not saying nothing bad about her new boyfriend, but this girl has ran with bad people all of her life, and all of a sudden now she runs with an angel.
Well, I wouldn't say he was an angel, just
never gets in trouble.
Person, but he had it.
The dude broke the law by shooting a cop.
No. I would have to disagree with you there, and I agree with the prosecutor there. He did not, because they came in, busted in his door. All right, he heard the knock. They said they announced, but you don't necessarily hear that inside all the time. Hold on. Then he went and got his gun because he didn't know. He was already expecting the other boyfriend to come because he had already come there before and harassed her. Okay, he shot as soon as the door broke in. He shot. Okay, he thought it was him or his friend. Now hold on. This is what the prosecutor was saying.
But there's somebody else that collaborated the story that the police said. They did knock. They knocked and said it was the police.
Yeah.
A bystander that had nothing to do with this.
Yes, but he was outside with them. Not saying what he heard inside.
If they're yelling, they're not going knock, knock, knock.
Depends on the TV and stuff.
It's the police.
If they're banging on the door and the TV's on, you hear the door banging.
They were in bed.
Yeah.
They were in bed.
Still might have been on.
They woke up enough to where they got out of bed and standing in the hallway, and he's pointing a gun. When they opened that door, he shot.
Yeah, that I understand.
He broke the law. I'm sorry. He's a scumbag. He's a scumbag.
I don't know. I don't totally agree with that. I agree with the DA that it was.
Was he headed to church? I'm surprised they haven't put that on him.
No, he wasn't headed to church. But I'm just saying, I can understand both sides of this and how it went. But
I cannot.
But the thing is, how to put it? My biggest problem with the whole scenario is, okay, they're standing in a hallway. He shot the officer that hit him in the leg.
He's in a stance.
He's in a stance. They're both there together in a hallway. He shot the officer in the leg. They returned fire. He did not get hit. She got hit 6 times. Okay? They're in a hallway.
Was it dark? I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe dark, maybe not be dark. But my point is, if you're doing that, you're going to fire towards the muzzle flash, that's fine. But there's a part of me that feels like boyfriend might have pulled her in the way while he ducked down.
I hope he didn't.
I hope he didn't too. But
he's going to go to hell for that.
Think about something for a second. If you're in a hallway, you're in a stance to shoot. You shoot, and then all of a sudden 6 shots come your way, and they hit her instead of him. Kind of begs the question.
I would if they could see what was going on in there. I'm sure they have lights on their guns. If he pulled her into him to block, I'm almost
or even if he dropped him
guaranteed.
back or something.
I'm guaranteeing that the cops.
That's just the only thing I can come up with in my head. Because there's enough people that said, and they said, and he said, the boyfriend even said they were in the hallway. They were not in the bed.
He shot a cop
In the
first.
leg, yes.
I don't care if he shot him in the big fucking toe.
Yeah.
He shot that cop.
Mm-hmm.
They returned fire.
Yes.
He's the bad guy. The cops are not the bad guys. Why? I don't know where this one cop was shooting wildly.
The
and
problem
it
with
went
him,
into another apartment.
he was at a window of the apartment, and he shot blindly through a wall to where the shots were. Okay, and
He was still outside?
he was outside shooting inside through a window.
There was only one cop that made it inside the building, inside the house.
The one that got shot.
The one that got shot.
Yeah, the other one was at a window, and he was shooting. He was only charged because his bullets went to another apartment.
Why would he shoot not knowing where his...
He opened fire to where he thought where he heard the shots coming from. He opened fire. He knows his bullets are going to go through drywall. I mean, there's some commentary from somebody going, well, he was using hollow point bullets. They don't go through. They're made not to go through all the way through a drywall wall. And I'm like, yeah, he doesn't shoot guns.
You know, if he broke the law by doing that, I don't know if he was shooting through a window.
He has to have his object in sight. He didn't have to have sight. He shot blindly. That's where he's wrong.
Maybe he did have him in sight.
When you're a police officer,
was any of his bullets in her?
No, not one. And that was the other thing, was none of his bullets were in her. But even with my concealed carry, I'm responsible for every bullet, which is why I don't use my judge as a defensive weapon only for the house. I don't carry my judge because I use Defender rounds, which have 7 projectiles per bullet. I'm responsible for all 7 of those projectiles, not what's in front of me, wherever they go.
Bad guy. I'm sorry. And she... Now, I did hear, and they said this. She had... What was she, a nurse?
She was an EMT.
EMT. Mm-hmm. She was no longer an EMT, but she worked at 2 different hospitals.
Yeah, I'm sure.
In the emergency room, I guess. Yeah. Good for her. I mean, it's a good job. But she ran with bad guys. You run with bad guys.
Well, that's what put her on the warrant, is because they had record of him getting mail, the bad boyfriend getting mail at that house. So that's why it was on the warrant. And they had reports of her bringing packages from her house to his now house, which was the one he was arrested at.
So she's a bad guy too. She's a bad guy. I'm sorry. You deal drugs, you're a bad guy. You receive drugs in a package and you deliver them, you're a bad guy. Even if she's a woman, you're a bad guy.
Well, they said she got away from him.
Did she deserve to die? Hell no.
No.
But The warrant had her name on it. Her boyfriend her ex-boyfriend that was the drug dealer, he was being arrested at the same time at a different location.
Yes.
Both of them were bad.
I think they had like 4 or 6 houses on those warrants.
Her new boyfriend, even though he had a concealed weapons permit, they didn't come in and go, "Hey, where are the police? Where are the police?" They didn't do that. They yell it.
Oh yeah.
And he shot. He knew that they were the police. You cannot. They yell it loud enough to where you have to.
I would
know
agree
it's
with
the
that.
police.
I'm just trying to give. I can understand where the
Give him a benefit of the doubt.
Everybody.
Fuck him. He shot a cop.
Everybody had the benefit of the doubt.
He shot a cop.
Yes, and
He shot a cop. He needs to go to jail. He shot first.
the only thing saving him from going to jail right now is the fact that all this stuff's on Breonna Taylor, and they're trying not to arrest anybody in that. They already paid him $12 million.
But, you know, in that city,
It's stupid.
before any.
Not only did they pay him $12 million, now and right after that money came in, not only are they saying it's not enough, they're complaining about the verdict that came down. The family is.
They gave $12 million, and the verdict. Nobody had been.
They
How
just
would I
did
put
it
it?
to protect
They
the city.
did the special prosecutor, the grand jury. Nobody knew anything yet because they were still investigating it. But they gave the $12 million. That if I was in that city, I would be so freaking pissed that you gave $12 million of my tax money away, not knowing if they were going to be prosecuted or not. Now these cops, we need a system to where they were found not guilty.
Yes.
For murder.
Yes.
Or attempted murder. They did their job. Mm-hmm. Now we need to protect them officers to not let them be sued, because
I agree.
Their jobs are over. I mean, their life is over basically. They're going to have to move. They are not going to be able to do their job no more. They're going to have to move. I'm a true believer. If you're an officer and you get fired for being aggressive or whatever from a fire department, from a police department, you should not be able to get a job anywhere in the country.
Oh, I agree.
Being
in that
a
field.
police officer.
Or any kind of security that's badged.
Yes, that you can carry a gun. You need to be not getting into that field no more, because obviously there was a problem. Mm-hmm. And police departments don't talk to each other on that matter. So he can just go to the next
I
county
think they're
over.
actually starting to now, though.
They need to. Bad guy. Shoots cop shoot back. He's still a bad guy. I don't know if he was headed to church or what have you, but he was a bad guy. He shot, and he knew it was the police. You cannot know it's not a police officer when they come in banging and knocking down your door.
And more importantly, the media needs to tell the truth about things instead of lying for their ratings.
Yes. Yeah, it's a money thing to them. All right, I'm Doug.
I'm Chris.
If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to talk about it, put it in the comments. If you just want to comment on something, just put it in there. And subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.